Now, there is no turning back. We've prepared a special place for you. Greetings. We've been expecting you. Your time has come. Now, there is no turning back. We've prepared a special place for you. Greetings. We've been expecting you. Your time has come. Now, there is no turning back. We've prepared a special place for you. Greetings. We've been expecting you.
So this is the animated Reaper holding the hourglass from Lowe's for 2022 this Halloween season. I have so many words to just describe this amazing Reaper made by Gemmy Industries this year. I don't really think there was anything else at Lowe's that was made by any other company except Gemmy. And that was a shocker, because when we all saw these animatronics for the first time, I believe back in like early May, or I believe it was like late April, we were all thinking these were SVI props. Now, there were a couple of animatronics not made by Gemmy that were sold at Lowe's this year. However, they were all online exclusives only, and on top of that, they were not sold in stores. Now, I thought very deep, long, and hard on this animatronic when I was thinking about what were the last two life sizes I really wanted. I had the option between so many different options, I guess you could say, when it came down to it. I wanted the Torture Girl from Party City. I wanted the 7-foot witch from Lowe's, but I already have 2 witches, and I just didn't want like 3 witches, I guess you could say, because it just wouldn't really make sense. But with that being said, at the end of the day, I'm very happy I got this one. And I deeply thought about it, and I thought, well, the Torture Girl wouldn't look good in my collection because it would make no sense to have all these just ghouls and ghosts, and then all of a sudden there'd just be a Torture Girl there getting tortured with an electric box on her head. she would just be kind of out of place in my collection. But with that being said, I thought about it and I was like, well, I don't have a Reaper yet, so let me do the Reaper from Lowe's. Because I really loved this design, and the fact that it was made by Gemmy. This is probably one of the best Gemmy life sizes. This whole lineup this year have probably been the best life sizes Gemmy has made in a very long time. And I always told myself that if Gemmy were to make a comeback, this is how I would want them to do it, with SVI kind of builds to them, because SVI obviously has good builds in some sort of way. It works for them. They make good life sizes out of the builds they have. And it seems like with the help of Party Time, Gemmy has managed to do it this year. So thank you, Party Time, and thank you, Gemmy, for making these amazing props. Now, as for the overall opinion of this guy, I think he's absolutely incredible. My only few complaints I would ever even have about this guy would just be the setup. The setup is a little weird, I won't lie, especially when it comes down to the arms. But that doesn't bother me too much because it is manageable. And then the only other thing I really have complaints about, besides the fact that they're shedding all over the floor from his, I guess you could say, kind of like cloth material from his robe, I think the only other issue I have is that his phrases are just not super long, but that does not bother me. I do believe he says 4 phrases, if I'm correct, and I know there used to be a prototype. The audio that you hear on this guy is an unreleased prototype voice line, similar to the clown that was being sold this year, which I also made a video of. This Reaper has, like I said, unreleased audio that was made on another Reaper, like I believe back in 2011 or something like that. I might have the dates wrong on that, but I know that Gemmy had made an actual Gemmy built life size that had classic Gemmy builds, and it was known as I think it was actually at the time known as just the Lantern Holding Reaper, but this is the released version, and they edited him a lot more to make him become this 7-foot tall Reaper holding an hourglass, which the lighting, in my opinion, is just so cool on this guy. That's the other thing. He reminds me, and somebody pointed this out in the comments section, he reminds me a lot of the Looming Phantom, and because he has the same kind of lighting effect that the Looming Phantom has. Now, I think the one thing that he has that the Looming Phantom does not is the rib cage, because if you come up close, and I'll give you all a close-up here soon, the rib cage is also lights up while he moves back and forth. Now, the things that he does is that he moves his hand up and down with the hourglass in it. The hourglass has beautiful lighting effects to him, and the rib cage and the face light up. And I love the fact that you can't see his face until that happens. The phrases are very dark and sinister. They're not very cringy or anything kind of just wacky. This is probably, I guess you could say, the least amount of kid-friendly props that I've seen Gemmy make a lineup of, and I love it. This guy almost reaches my ceiling too. Like I said, he's 7 foot tall, and he is extremely well detailed. The amount of material they use to make this guy is insane. And he's not like the clown where the control box is in the front. This guy actually has a standard SVI control box with a volume knob, a try me button section, with a flip on or off switch, and that's about it. The one thing that did surprise me though is that his adapter was actually pretty small, not very Gemmy-like, but at the same time it was still nonetheless very cool to me, and I absolutely loved this life size. I have no other complaints. The color scheme is great, the build is great, the appearance looks amazing. When you first get him though, it does look a little weird, but once you put them together, like that entire image of what he looked like, not built, is completely gone. So let me give you all a close-up real quick of what he looks like. I will be right back because I actually have my camera zoomed outwards, so that way you can see almost the entire build of him. So I will be right back. Okay, so when you come up to him, see now his face is coming into view. You can see his face in there, and it looks really cool. It looks sinister peeking out from behind the black, like, I guess you could say, see-through material here. You can also see his rib cage, which is very nice. It's cheap plastic. It's like a plastic mask you would find at a Halloween store, but that doesn't matter to me. It still looks really well and put together, and I love the way he looks. The face is definitely different looking compared to the hands, but the hands have a very beautiful sculpt to them and very well detailed colors to them as well. They're plastic, but that doesn't bother me, like I always say, because the hands overall look very, very well colored and detailed. And then one of the favorite parts about this that many people love is the hourglass, because the hourglass is such a simple concept with a really cool little skull on top, which also has the same colors of his hands. And then the hourglass is plastic as well, but it looks like a typical hourglass, and it lights up green, as you could see in the demo, or the official demo that I showed you all. He has a lot of spooky cloth on him. So the biggest thing is that he has all this green and gray spooky cloth, and then this is kind of made. This is actually very nice, decent material. It's like a potato sack kind of feeling to him, and it's okay, I guess you could say, and it's really nice as well. It really all blends together very nicely. This is his sensor right here, which you'll have to plug up. There's a wire that is on the hood section of him, because it comes in two different parts. It comes on the hood. There's a hood part, which the hood goes over. You'll probably have to lay him down. And then there's the bottom half of the robe, which you put over the hip ring, which is about right here to give him his shape. But overall, he is a very nice looking prop, and I absolutely love the way he turned out. He looks way better in person, and I would highly suggest anybody get him, because I feel like Lowe's this year has been very, very underrated and has been overshadowed by Home Depot and Spirit this year. And that's just not me because, oh, it's Jimmy. No, these are actually good props. Like, these actually have good builds to them, and they're actually very well detailed. I would suggest to anybody who is on a budget to go to Lowe's this year, because they have some decently low budget stuff for a decent price, and they're very well put together. I'll give you all a quick side look as well from this guy, because the side look is what really sells it. I gotta get back just a little bit because he is very tall. So he's very big and like pretty much everywhere, I guess, besides the bottom here, but that's all you can really see with him. The hood is huge, but I love that as well, and I think it looks really good overall. So I have no complaints about this guy whatsoever. This guy is really nice. The movement's good. It's pretty much your typical SVI kind of movements, but again, if it works for SVI, I think it can work for Jimmy. Jimmy's done a good job this year, have to admit it. So everybody, that concludes the review for the life-size animated Reaper sold at Lowe's for 2022, made by Gemmy. Again, very well put together. Love this. Gemmy did an amazing job on this, and they did a great job on their new life-size structures this year. I really applaud them for doing what they did, and I really hope this turns out to be a success for them, because I would love to see more in the future made by Gemmy, and hope that Gemmy would be able to create some amazing new props this year with these kind of builds, or for next year. It would be so awesome to see. But anyways, you all, with any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. If you did like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. I always try to upload weekly, never try to disappoint you all. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. This is Jimmy Bones, signing off. I will talk to you guys in the next video. See ya.